Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with your hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 245. What you have on the menu, coach, today? First of all, I'm going to review the month of January for the Montreal Canadiens, the player of the month for the Montreal Canadiens in January, and finally, the remaining schedule for the Montreal Canadiens and the other teams are right now in the race below Montreal Canadiens and the schedule of the Florida Panthers. So a lot of talk today about the schedule we have on this episode. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave me comments about this episode. And let's dive in and talk about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens review the month of January. I'm going to be behind this graphic because we have a lot of graphic to show to you guys for this month. So let's talking about the first thing. The Montreal Canadiens play 14 games in January, 5 W, 8 loss, then 11 points during the month of January. They scored 34 goals. They gave 51 goals. It's French of minus 17. The goal for per game average at 2.65. Goal again at 3.64. The power play is 15.9% during the month of January. They are 26 in NHL, and the PK, they are 31 at the bottom of the ranking standing with 67.4% for the PK. Month of January, the most goal per individual players. Kirby Dach, 6 goals this month. Cole Caulfield play only 9 games at 5 goals. HP have 5 goals in 7 games, and Josh Anderson have 5 goals and 14 games. The next thing is about the most assists during the month of January. Nick Suzuki, 7 assists. Jonathan Drouin, with only 8 games, have 6 assists. Mike Hoffman, 5 assists. David Savard is with 5 assists. Finally, for the most point for the month of January is Kirby Dach, 14 games. He has 8 goals, 4 assists, 10 points, plus minus 0. He has so far this season 11 goals, 22 assists at 33 points. Then on the month of January, Nick Suzuki, 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points for a minus 7 guy. This is really bad for him. We know he struggled a lot in the last 6 weeks. Since the beginning of the season, he has 16 goals, 24 assists, and 40 points. Then we have Josh Anderson. He has 5 goals this month, 2 assists, 7 points, minus 2. He has 14 goals, 5 assists, 19 points in the beginning of the season. Finally, for Samuel Montembeault, he has 4 W, 6 loss, and last 1 game in overtime for a total of 11 games he played on the total of the 14 games for the Montreal Canadiens. He have a goal again average of 3.10, but a save percentage guy of 9.20 during the month of January. And since the beginning of the season, he have 10 W, a goal again average of 3.19, and a save percentage of 0.909. These are the best players performing for the Montreal Canadiens in the month of January. And we have to go, guys, for 2 players for the month of January. For the offensive, Kirby Dach with 10 points in 14 games. And then Samuel Montembeault, he deserves to be another star for the Montreal Canadiens this month with a save percentage of 9.20. Please leave me a comment about my first subject. Who do you believe he was the best player for the Montreal Canadiens in the month of January? And let's move on now for my second subject of the day. My second subject of the day, guys, is about the AB remaining schedule 2022-2023. I went deep about each month for the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, Montreal Canadiens, guys, he still have 31 games until the end of the season. They play 9 in February. They play 3 times, 1 for, again, Toronto, Carolina, and New Jersey. Then they play Edmonton, Islanders, Ottawa, and Chicago, San Jose, Philadelphia. Now, they play 2 times in this month back-to-back. They play 2 times, 3 games and 4 nights. They play 3 times, honestly, again, the 3 difficult teams, Toronto, Carolina, New Jersey. 3 teams are right now, some in the playoff and some are not. Islanders, Ottawa, Edmonton, and 3 teams around the Montreal Canadiens and their standing. Chicago, San Jose, and Philadelphia. The game against San Jose is very important because San Jose is behind the Montreal Canadiens. This is about 4-point game, so hopefully Montreal can lose that game. Don't tell anybody I said that, by the way. The next I want to talk about, guys, is for the Montreal Canadiens. They still have 31 games for the remaining of the schedule. They play 19 times. Again, team are right now in the playoff in the standing. 8 teams are not in the playoff, but they are above the Montreal Canadiens in the standing. Finally, they play only 4 times. Team right now, they are below of Montreal Canadiens in the standing. They play 3 times against the Carolina, 2 times against the Toronto Maple Leafs, 2 times against the Boston Bruins, 2 times again the Tampa Bay Lightning. That gives them 9 difficult games of the 31 where we expect not many W against them. Finally, they play 4 times for the rest of the season, back-to-back games, and then play 3 times, 3 games and 4 nights. That's the resume of the schedule of Montreal Canadiens until the end of the season. Finally, I want to talk about the remaining schedule for the team of below or Montreal Canadiens could pass the Montreal in the standing at the end of the season. The Vancouver Canucks, guys, have 8 games play against the bottom team in NHL. So this is really good for the Montreal Canadiens. Possibly Vancouver pass the Montreal. 3 of the 8 games is against the Arizona Coyotes, another team below a Montreal Canadiens. The San Jose guys have only 3 teams against the bottom of the standing. This is not good for the Montreal Canadiens, obviously. And then Anaheim, they have 6 teams to play again. The team are in the bottom of the standing. 2 of them is against the Chicago Blackhawks. And finally, Arizona Coyotes, only 4 games and the bottom of the team in the standing. But 3 of them is again Vancouver Canucks. This is really important for the Montreal Canadiens. Hopefully, Arizona can beat Vancouver, so we're helping Arizona to be close to the Montreal Canadiens. The best scenario for Montreal have to be at the bottom 4, worst case bottom 5 at the end of the year. My last graphic of the day, guys, is about the schedule for the Panthers. They still have to play 30 games for the rest of the season. 15 they play again. The team are already in the playoff. 15 are not in the playoff, and they have 9 games of the 30 games. They have to play again the best top 8 team in NHL. Tampa Bay 2 times, Toronto 2 times, Carolina, Colorado, New Jersey are the best team they can play against them. So positive flat up and third guys could have an average about 520 in the standing. That gave them out of the playoff. And this is a great news for the Montreal Canadiens. They are definitely to get a pick below as 15 in the standing for the pick NHL draft 2023. So this is a great news for the Montreal Canadiens to know possibly the Panthers will be out of the playoff. This concludes, guys, all my subject of the day. Here we go, guys. We talk about the month of January for the Montreal Canadiens. The player of the month could be Doc. And finally, we talk to you about the remaining schedule for the Montreal Canadiens. The team are not in the playoff. They are below the standing behind the Montreal Canadiens. Very important, Montreal can drop 2 or 3 spots in the standing. And finally, we talk about the schedule of the Panthers. We hope they cannot make the playoffs. So that gives you an idea what's going on for the rest of the schedule for Montreal Canadiens and other team in NHL. Hopefully you enjoy it, but before we leave, we invite you, please click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey National Show, and leave me a comment about the schedule for Montreal Canadiens. What do you expect for the rest of the 31 game? How many points they can get? 5, 10, 20. Do you believe they're going to play above 500 average? I would like to hear from you, but before we leave, we want to remind you one more thing. You have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, blessing day, everybody.